This video is sponsored by Skillshare. So here's a pretty commonly asked question. Why in the world did I name my business Transcend Furniture Gallery? This video is going to be a bit of a trip down memory lane in terms of my business, where I started from and where I am now. A lot of you know that I'm a tattoo artist. I have been for 13 years. After working for many years for someone else, I opened my first shop in Windsor in 2015. It was a pretty small shop, and I quickly decided that I wanted more space, so a year later I rented this space across the street. This space gave me not only a bigger waiting area and tattoo room, but it also had 3 extra rooms that I could use for whatever, if I wanted to hire someone or do some other business in there. I went about making it my own, and I was there for a couple of years and did tattoos. One of my hobbies at the time was making cards using markers and stamps, and I absolutely loved it, and I decided I wanted to sell some of these cards. If you're wondering what a heart binky is, you'll see this here on the watermark. That's the name of my little card business, and a binky is when a bunny, like this, is very happy and leaps into the air. Point being, I started selling my cards in the front of my tattoo shop. I did a little display there, usually at Christmas time, and it was super cute, and I actually sold quite a bit of them. As far as furniture goes, I dabbled a little bit with painting furniture when I was young. In my 20s, you can see here these couple of pieces that I did in my apartment. But it was only after we moved to this house in this dark, dingy basement that the real Transcend Furniture Gallery was born. We did a fair bit of work to clean this up. We had to put in a sump pump and a drain and added some concrete to the floor to try to level it a little bit. Every piece of furniture I worked on had to come in and out of this little door at the back of the house, this little hobbit door. And the driveway didn't go right up to it, so I would have to carry the furniture around the side of the house and into this door. Definitely humble beginnings, but I went to a flooring store and got some free samples of vinyl flooring. I duct taped them all together, and that's what I worked off for at least a year and a half. In the beginning, I was just selling my pieces online, but after the first few, I thought to myself, I have all this room at the front of my shop, why not bring furniture in? And it was the weirdest little shop. There was the tattoo part in the back. I was selling cards and crafts and furniture. It was weird. I know this. My first pieces weren't all that great either, so there's that as well. But eventually it morphed into more. I started to carry more vintage items and do more furniture, and eventually I moved my reception area completely to the back, so the whole front part of this unit became my little vintage shop, and that's what I called Transcend Furniture Gallery. I was working full-time as a tattoo artist, and then in the evenings I was doing furniture, and I loved my little shop so much, but it got to the point where I wasn't able to watch the front anymore while I was tattooing, and that was when we decided to hire some part-time staff, and the shop grew. The nature of a shop like this obviously is that as things come and go, it constantly changes shape and form, and it could look very different from one day to the next. But I loved that about it, and I loved having people come in and hearing them say things like, oh my gosh, my grandmother had one of these, or I remember these from when I was a kid. That nostalgia factor, that's what I absolutely loved about having this shop. It was a lot of work. I was working basically 7 days a week. I hardly ever took time off, and I was working really hard at getting better at furniture. And at the end of this video, I'm going to show you several minutes of furniture flips from my very first one right up until the point where I started my YouTube channel a year and a half ago. But as life tends to do, I got thrown a bit of a curveball in March of 2020 when the entire province shut down and we were forced to make some pretty tough decisions, Andrea and I. And even though I was doing really well with my furniture, I couldn't fill the store fast enough with furniture. They were selling online before I could even get them to the shop, and now my shop wasn't even open. So we made the tough decision to close down the shop. We had a massive sale later on in the year, sold off everything. And I wasn't really worried about the furniture because 90% of it was selling online anyway. So it was at this point that Transcend went fully online. We decided to revamp the little house we were living in. We are not professional renovators and we're not professional designers. But we did give our kitchen a bit of an upgrade with a new walnut countertop from IKEA, and I painted our kitchen cabinets and we added a few more to give the room some much needed counter space. We ended up selling our house almost right away, and we then moved into this place where we are now. The house itself had a legally zoned business on the other side, which is where my tattoo shop is now, and Andrea's rock shop. And this garage was like my dream workspace after working in that basement for so long. I had to start work right away, so I basically moved all of my stuff into this garage, knowing that at some point I would probably revamp it once I knew kind of what my workflow and different areas of the shop would be. But I had plenty of storage space, I was able to have a staging wall, and best of all for me, a garage door, which meant no more little hobbit door. I started making videos on YouTube about 1.5 years ago with just my phone and using a lot of big wide-angle shots. And in the last 1.5 years, I've tried to get a little bit more creative with my shots, doing more close-ups, sort of dynamic movements, playing around with lighting a little bit, but I still have so much to learn. So I came to Skillshare to try and learn how to make my videos a little bit more cinematic. I found this class by Ryan Booth called DIY Cinematography, and I got some really good tips on playing with light and camera movements to give me that look that I'm hoping to portray in my videos. Skillshare is an awesome online learning community with so many well-produced ad-free videos. Right now, the first 1,000 people to click on the link in the description box below will get a 1-month free trial of Skillshare, so you can check some of these classes out for yourself. I already know what my next learning journey will be. It will be learning Final Cut Pro. I've been using iMovie since the beginning, and it's time for an upgrade. So I'm saving a few classes to have a look over in the next couple of weeks, and looking forward to sharing the results with you. So it was about 1.5 years later that I did my big redo. I removed everything from the shop as it was. I rented a U-Haul van for 6 days, loaded everything into it. I went online on Facebook Marketplace and bought a used kitchen that I could use for storage cabinets once I put everything back in, and I hired someone to put down an epoxy floor for me. Absolutely expensive, but absolutely worth it. I got to work installing all of my cabinets and other storage areas, spent a couple of days trying to figure out where everything was going to go, and I built myself a wall back where my old staging area used to be so that I could put a little space aside for myself for my treadmill. And this was the end result. This is the workspace you guys know today from my YouTube videos. And I feel so blessed every time I walk into that garage, to this day, every single time, no exaggeration. Much like the evolution of my business, my skill set and my personal style of furniture has changed over the years. So I thought I would show you guys just how much things have changed in a few short years. This isn't going to show every piece of furniture I've done. I've done probably thousands at this point, but I'm hoping this will give you some inspiration and show you that even if things seem hard when you're starting out, if you do this long enough, you will find your own style. Every single piece I'm about to show you is pre-YouTube. I'm going to take you from the beginning right up to the very first piece I did for YouTube.